There's people that wake up and go get it. We go get it, baby. Let's go. Photo poor, so photogenic. All I know is to go.
We are just about 4 miles off the shore of Lake Erie at Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Cleveland Browns and the Buffalo Bills. And we are underway in Buffalo. And how about this for a start? This is out of bounds. Wishing he had a mulligan. That's not how you want to start the game.
Not at all, because not only do you give up the penalty and good field position, but it just kills the momentum of your team as you start a game.
Harris running straight ahead. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. The first drive here and the first time that we've called a big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter, because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle.
Allen hit. He lost the football. Umpire through the flag usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. That's complete to the running back, Nyheim Hines. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
It's a gain of 16. Brings up 7 down at the 36-yard line.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down. The Bills at 5-4 now on the year. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Allen now on first down. Completes it to Davis. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Now Allen. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on third down.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on third down. Here's Allen. Touchdown! Dawson Knox, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bills will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. To the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Well, this defense for the Bills, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Tanner Rapp with a pick. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. So problems with Eric passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
Sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Harris. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. He's got the hook up with Diggs. Touchdown, Bills. Stephon Diggs with career touchdown number 60. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Browns drive about to get started. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They run it again with Chubb. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
So this punt sails out of bounds across midfield. Now the question, they're going to spot it right at the 40, the 40-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They are back over the 500 mark for the season. Got there with a win a week ago. They're second. Allen hit. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
No harder than what Empty said there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on rips like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Watson. A bootleg. Sliding out of the pocket. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. From the gun on 3rd, Watson.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Jair Elam makes a pick, and the Bills are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
To throw, it's Allen. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a 2nd down here. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They run with Hines. It's a room to maneuver. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. So 20-0 now pending the extra point, and this place is jumping.
Yeah, you can feel it, can't you? You can also see it. You're seeing people in the stands now, excited, happy, high-fiving each other, and expecting this score to continue to mount.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On 2nd and 7, Watson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
Now think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Throwing on 1st down is Allen. Another target for Stephon Diggs, and he brings it in. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And the Browns are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now a 1st down throw, Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll start the drive with Harris. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
On play action, Allen. Diggs crossing the field and bringing it in. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. He's up to 88 yards receiving in the ballgame now, and he's got a 1st down. On play action, Allen. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Allen now looks to throw. Buying time to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And the Browns are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. So that potentially an important takeaway here in the second quarter.
Because what it does is give their offense a chance to put a drive together. They've got nothing on the scoreboard so far, so you have to think that they need something before the break. And now they have an opportunity.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now it's Watson.
That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Watson. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Browns. Amari Cooper halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Browns get a bit closer.
Oh, how about this? No good. Just his second miss of the year. And our score will stay right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
Nyheim Hines now out of his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. We'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Working the middle here, that's complete to Knox, the tight end. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Play action. Now it's Allen.
That pass complete to Deontay Hardy. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen.
He goes once again right back to Hardy. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
17 more yards. That's another Bills.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Right hash, 37-yard attempt.
The kick by Bass is good.
And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in Orchard Park with the Bills taking the lead into the break. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. Fields it right around the goal line.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And he'll be brought down right on the 50, a gain of 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Well, still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Watson. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 34-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They go up the middle with Chubb.
Taken down at the 30.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Watson. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Well, they get Jack Conklin there, the right tackle.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. Faking the give. Now Watson. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Von Miller has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback. The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
And did he have enough? He did. He kept it on line and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner.
Well, for almost 8 years, 64 stood as the NFL record for the longest field goal. That has since been eclipsed. It's now 66, but still 64-yarder. Pretty impressive, CD.
Absolutely agree with that, because if you drill a 60-yarder in an NFL game, you've got a lot to be proud of, record or no record. And only a handful of guys can even attempt it. Excellent job there, putting that one through the pipes.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 50 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
We're in the 3rd quarter in upstate New York with a 2nd and 10. And now they'll throw with Allen. Throw left side complete. That's Davis. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well, because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And Diggs has it.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
On 2nd and 9, Allen. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Buffalo. It's the Bills with a lead and the football here to begin the 4th quarter. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he will be marked down short of the 1st as they get to him at the 29. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. Josh Allen, he says that he wants to continue to perfect executing the run-pass option. Looked pretty good there.
And he's put in the minds of all people trying to defend him that his legs create big plays. So guess who benefits?
His running back.
You no doubt about it, and we just saw it there.
They run for it with Harris. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. Wait a second, that's got to be a mistake. They declined it.
That doesn't make any sense, right? I mean, it doesn't at all, because you want that penalty. All right, they just picked up a 1st down, right? You want the penalty.
I am so confused right now.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10
at the 31-yard line.
They'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Watson's throw here into the hands of Moore. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now 1 yard to go on third down. So they just need 1 yard down. They'll run for it. Here's and oh, he coughed it up. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. He was trying to do anything he could to get that final little bit for the first down. Instead, he lost the ball.
Yeah, he was short of the first down, but not by much. Trying his best, as you noted, to get there. Sometimes that extra effort can cost you.
Allen's throw here taken in by Knox. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Dawson Knox, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. The Browns drive about to get started. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. To throw is Watson. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
This offense so far on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Watson. He's got the connection to Cooper. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, here's Watson. Going for the deep ball. And that is incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. That pass complete to Moore. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 40. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Watson looks to throw again. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. Touchdown! Nick Chubb, halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Browns have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
Well, fourth quarter touchdown there, back to a two-score game, but time is not their ally.
No, it's not, partner. They still have a pulse, but it's probably a little weak right now. A lot of things have to go right in these final 2 minutes plus for them. I think they have to be thinking onside kick here, and we know how difficult those are to recover.
And he is going to get in there for the 2 points to make this a 12-point game. And the Bills are going to recover. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. 4 yards remain for second down. To throw, it's Allen. A quick throw going to be caught by Diggs. And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. First down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Throwing on first down is Allen. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sack back at the 29. The sack coming from big Dalvin Tomlinson.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
And Allen is actually going to throw it here. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Here's Allen. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bills. Stephon Diggs with his 13th touchdown of the year and second of the game. And the Bills have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. The Browns drive about to get started. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally,
and my goodness, another interception. Jair Elam makes a pick, and the Bills are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough, but, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes. See?
And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And the Browns are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. So that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result,
pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 40-yard line. Following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. This will be caught downfield by Moore.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30.
Yeah, that's on the guard, Wyatt Teller.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. From the end zone, Watson. And that is taken in by Njoku. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. So it's a